welcome to this week's vlog. I have had a really happy day here, totally alone. Actually, so I did pop back for lunch and I've got the dogs, of course. But yeah, just me here, and I have had a day of cooking, filming content, and just loving my kitchen, actually. I'm hoping in not this vlog, but the following one, it's going to be totally finished, which is very exciting. But we're so nearly there, and I love the tiles. Can you see them around the sink? Just about. And I don't know, did I share them properly with you behind the Arga? There they are. They look a bit bland at the moment. I need to style this up, but I'm waiting. I think I'm waiting to get it Christmassy. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. But anyway, and that bin is going, hopefully this week. I can't wait. But I had to start this vlog here because I want to open this, and I wanted to open it with you guys because I can't quite believe it. When I got the email from lovely Monica, who has set up Mills and Brown just about a year ago, she sent me an email. She got in touch and said, can I send you one of these? Charlie, will you choose which colour you like, because your support last year was amazing. Monica came on my podcast, and she also sent me a beautiful tartan hairband, and I thought we could open this together because I'm very excited. I didn't want to do it alone. Beautiful ribbon, a beautiful box, and I'm very excited. Handmade in Tuscany, just for you. Thank you for supporting our small business. It means the world to us. We hope that you love your new bag and it brings you as much joy as it did for us to create it. And I know how much love Monica puts into her things, and oh my goodness. Can you guess what colour I chose? Okay, guess. Write it in the captions and see if you're right. But it's completely on theme, on brand with my favourite colour this year. It's green. It comes in green, black, I think cream, maybe one other colour, I can't remember, but I just honed in on this beautiful green. This shade of green was my mother's absolute favourite, and I just think that is the most elegant. I mean, obviously I'm wearing jeans and scruffy and about to go on the school run, but how beautiful is that bag? I cannot wait to slide that and open. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful, and the inside is just gorgeous. Monica has a love of Italy, as I do. She went and did an Italian course, which I was quite jealous of. I would have loved to have gone and done that. Maybe this or next year I will. So beautiful. And then it's got the longer strap that you can attach. Let's just do that. But I wanted to open it with you guys rather than, hang on, I'm going to tilt you down a bit, rather than just on my own. So we touch it on there. It has been a long day in the kitchen. So you can do the crossbody strap like that. Let's just close it. Lola's coming to have a look. So you can wear it like that, or you can just have it with the top handle. I think I'm probably more of a top handle girl, but I just simply adore that. So huge thank you. I will leave it linked down below because it's a really special present, and you might want to treat somebody that you love this Christmas with one of these beautiful bags. I am going to have a photo shoot on Monday with Sophie, so I'm going to insert a picture here of me styling the bag and using it in a way that I would dressed up, not in my scruff gears. But I just think that is so beautiful. I'm going to keep this inside because I just think it looks really elegant with that, but totally practical to have this as well, particularly if you are, you know, in a busy city or something like that. When I travel, I always pop the crossbody strap on just for a little bit of extra security. And it's also a good size, like you can get what you need in there, and I think it's really lovely to have a little handbag. Smart occasion. Oh, I cannot wait to use it. Yes, right, I need to go. In fact, I really do need to go and do the school run. Coco and I are out for a ride. We've had a really chilled Saturday so far. I've been cooking and we've just been at home pottering, and now I'm back on Colin, which is really lovely. Colin is having a makeover tomorrow. He's having his mane pulled and he is being clipped. He's not having a full clip, but just a partial clip for the winter. Santana is looking very smart behind me. She was clipped a couple of days ago, and they are doing dressage tomorrow. So once we've ridden, I'm actually going to wash Colin's tail, spruce him up a little bit pre the makeover, like a pre-glow up, when we get back, and Coco will practice her dressage test. But it's a really lovely day. Still a little bit of a nip in the air. I think we had our first frost last night. It's so nice not rushing around and just being at home, having a quiet day. We all need quiet days just to sort of recharge and reset. I have got Christmas cake in the oven as we speak. I do my Christmas cake in the Aga, in the simmering oven slowly, so it's in for like 7 or 8 hours. So that is doing its thing, and it's lovely to be out riding. Good morning. Oh, Coco's just said trot on. Colin has had a makeover. His mane is pulled, he's been clipped, he's had a shampoo, he's had a mane and tail wash this morning, and he is looking so much more handsome. Gorgeous boy. Coco's plaited Santana's mane, and Sai, I don't know if you can spot him, is way down there on his bicycle with Lola. So we're having a little outing this morning. It is the most beautiful autumnal Sunday morning. It's gorgeous. Little bit of a nip in the air, so my cashmere snood has come out. This is a real old favourite. It was made by Jo. Jo, I'm trying to remember her Instagram handle. I'll leave it here on the screen. She's the most lovely lady, and she recycles and reuses cashmere. So this is probably 2 jerseys that she has made into a snood, and it's just the best, cosiest thing at this time of year. And I love the colours. Oh, Colin's having a little bit of a cough. He looks so handsome, gorgeous boy. Anyway, we are going to enjoy our ride, and that was quite fun. They're feeling a little fresh. We just had a gallop across this field, which was quite exhilarating. I filmed it the other way round, so I'll insert that. I was filming a TikTok as well at the same time. Look how beautiful the sky is. It's the most stunning day. These days make me very, very happy. It was quite grey and gloomy yesterday and kind of dark. Felt dark, like it was getting dark at 3 o'clock, but this is a very, very beautiful day. Look at those beautiful colours. And a white Colin. Oh, there's some people cantering towards us. Quite an active Sunday. I really loved my ride this morning. Back home, showered, changed, but this one is looking rather filthy, aren't you, darling? I had to try and wipe the dirt off his face. We have had a bonfire, Daddy, we're looking really grumpy.
What?
You're looking very grumpy. Because I put the camera in your face, isn't it? Yes.
Well, I've washed it off now.
We've washed it off. He literally was covered, absolutely covered. We have, lit the fire and just having such a lovely day. So I said to me, that sound is really autumn. The dogs rustling through the leaves. I have got my basket with me. Hang on. I was hoping to do some foraging, but haven't found anything to forage for on this walk. So I think I'm going to get on my bicycle and go and see what I can find. I spotted some beautiful holly earlier, but I thought there might be some around here, but there isn't. I want to get some berries. I want to do a little bit of Christmas decorating and prep. I'm actually filming or planning on filming, if I can find what I'm looking for, a video for my members club for December. So that's what we're doing. But it's just such a lovely Sunday. Been very outdoorsy, which is just perfect, particularly when the weather is so kind. It's not too cold now. It's just lovely and sort of crisp and a perfect autumn day. I think this is the first time I have sat down today. It has been actually a really satisfying day when you get loads done. Horses ridden first thing this morning, stables mucked out, fields mucked out. I have filmed a video for my members club. I went foraging. I went for a long walk with Si. Si is my husband. I call him Si for you guys. He's Simon really, but he's known as Si online. That's his name. But I refer to him as darling pretty much the entire time. And what else have we done? The farmer and his girlfriend came over for coffee, which was really lovely to chat to them. And I've just been kind of poodling around. I'm about to print off orders and start wrapping orders and cook supper. But it's just been the most beautiful, beautiful autumn day. And I think getting up and riding this morning and doing that first thing. We normally tend to ride at the end of the day, but actually getting up and doing it earlier is lovely. It was a good feeling. I've chatted to my brother. His ankle is healing really well, which is brilliant. Coco and I are going to see him and his wife and little Anton in, 3 weeks' time now. My brother and his wife are both professional commentators, and they're both commentating in Geneva for the Rolex Grand Prix Top 10 Grand Slam final. That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Show jumping. And so Coco and I are going to go and look after little Anton where they're both commentating, and Coco's really excited about it. It should be a really fun time. So it's been a good, happy Sunday. I am going to fire up the printer, which is over there, and wrap and pack orders. First I'm going to light the fire, get it nice and cozy in here. I love this room. These curtains, I don't know if you've seen them before. I have shared them with you, I'm sure, when I discovered them. But they were in storage for 15 years and they just fit this window absolutely perfectly. I'm really happy with them. And they're nice and thick. We've got sash windows here and they are a little bit drafty. And that's why curtains sort of lined and interlined. They are really, really thick, heavyweight. And I need to actually take the curtain pole off and take those extra rings off. That's on a to-do list. But it's nice to get the curtains drawn to literally keep out the draft. But it's been a great day and I am going to light the fire. I've had such a lovely morning. I've had Sophie, who is my photographer. I've worked with Sophie since pretty much day one of starting Ask Charlie, because there are just certain pictures that I cannot take myself. And actually, I'm slightly better, but I was a terrible, terrible photographer when I started this. I used to be the one that would sort of get half ahead and not like a balanced shot, just terrible. anyhow, Soph and I had a really, really lovely morning. We got a few slightly Christmassy pics, but just some content, and some of the brands that I work with, I like to use Sophie. I feel if a brand trusts me to work with them, then I want to give them the best images I possibly can. So where possible, I get Sophie in to come and take the snaps. So we had a really lovely morning. The plumber was here servicing the boiler, doing its annual boiler service. So that is good. And yeah, we've just kind of been pottering around. I've been to the post office, and I have got this thing where I can actually, I'm looking around to see where it is, it's next door. I tried to get it set up, but I think I need help with it. So I can print my own post labels and not need to spend so much time at the post office. So that is supposed to make life easier. I've tried to set it up, slightly struggled, but I'm not going to focus on that. I don't really have time today. I am trying to get lots of odds and sods done. Simon and I are heading up to Scotland tomorrow evening, but I'm in London tomorrow. I'm seeing the ENT specialist for my throat, and I'm really pleased I've got this appointment and it was a cancellation appointment, and I jumped at the chance, and it's so uncomfortable. I'm putting on a brave face. It's horrible. It makes me feel sick the whole time. And the only thing that gets rid of that sick feeling is in eating. So I have been resorting to biscuits a bit. I've tried not to today, but I did definitely over the weekend. And it's just so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. But what I love about the fact that I did share it with you last week is I've had lots of people that have messaged and said that they've had similar, or they know somebody that has had similar, and it's been really, really helpful. So I seriously appreciate this community for sharing, with me your stories and advice, and I really, really appreciate it. So a big thank you for that. I'm just in the middle of filming a TikTok/Instagram of how to do red cabbage, because I had a small red cabbage and less than half, maybe a quarter of a red cabbage in the fridge. That probably wouldn't be great this time next week, which is realistically the next opportunity I'm going to get to do it. So I thought rather than it going to waste, I would just get that cooked and ready for Christmas. I've just put that in the oven now, and I thought I would film doing it at the same time. And I'm hoping that Dan the carpenter is coming to finish the kitchen this week, which would be amazing, because it seems to have gone on, like we haven't had that much done, but it's just dragged out over a long period of time. So it'll be really great when I can finally put everything in the right place and get that sorted. So tomorrow I've got the appointment with the ENT specialist, and then Augustine Jewels have kindly invited me to 5 Hertford Street. I've never been to Hertford Street. Simon and I years ago were members of Annabelle's, or Simon was a member of Annabelle's, not me. I was always his guest, and that's actually where he took me for our first date. We went to Annabelle's for dinner and danced the night away and had the most amazing night. But Annabelle's has now been sold, and I believe I'm correct in thinking, I probably should have looked this up first, that it's 5 Hertford Street is owned by the guy that used to own Annabelle's pre-Annabelle's being sold, and it's changed. They put the cost of the membership up sky high, and it was just a different vibe. So we gave up our membership because it wasn't our place. Annabelle's in the old days was a lot of fun. And I'm going back, like Simon and I have known each other. We were working out last night for 20 years. Next year we will have been married for 18 years, but we had our first date at Annabelle's almost 19 years ago. So, we're going back quite a long time, and we probably kept our membership up for a couple of years after that. And then when it was sold, we gave it up, we stopped going. And obviously, children and living in the country, you can't really go up to London for glamorous nights out. Those were I was about to say good old days, but actually I'm quite happy. The occasional night out in London is an absolute treat, but they are few and far between, whereas they used to be more often. So I'm going to go to 5 Hertford Street tomorrow, and then I'm meeting Simon at the airport, so I need to pack later. But I've got bits and pieces. Di's coming to house sit, and she's looking after Coco. Di's a wonderful friend, and also has remade most of the curtains here from our old house. She's also done Gus's blind, which is new, and Coco's curtains are new, but the rest we have reused. And Archie's bedroom curtains from our old house, he chose that fabric. Di's remade into blinds for the shepherd's hut. So Di's just a wonder, and she'll look after the horses and the dogs and Coco while we're away for a few days. And actually I'm really looking forward to going. I'm going to take my tapestry and I'm going to sit and stitch and just actually have a little bit of a rest and a recharge. We've organised to see some friends. We're watching the boys play sport, all being well, although I think the weather in Scotland is pretty awful, so things could be cancelled, but it would just be lovely to be up there and see them at school and what have you for a few days. So I am going to crack on and get things organised now and just whiz around. I've written myself a list of all the things that need to be done before I head off. So I'm going to take my apron off and have a quick whiz round. I've just had a delivery which I wanted to share with you, and this is thanks to Annie. Annie knows I love this cleansing balm, and I've never used QVC before. However, Annie told me, hang on, let me get a pair of scissors. She spotted this and she said, Charlie, I think this is what you love. And it is an absolute luxury treat. Gorgeous. Like every time when I use it, hang on. Every time when I use it, I just think it feels so luxurious, and it's on special offer on QVC. So it hasn't come in all of the beautiful packaging and what have you, but we don't need that. All we need is this, and it is amazing. So I've never had a big one because they're quite expensive. And actually the smaller size one, I don't have the mini, I have the smaller one, which is like half the size of this. It probably lasts 3 or 4 months anyway. I just put a little dollop and I massage it into my face, and actually really nice to use with like a gua sha as you're cleansing your face. It is the dreamiest cleansing balm ever. This is not an advert. This is me sharing something with you that every time I use it to take my makeup off at the end of the day, it's just gorgeous. So I use the micellar water on the reusable Garnier cotton pads to take my eye makeup off. And then I use this, and I just use it with a warm flannel to take it off. And then I do a second cleanse with, it's just an Inky List, I think it's called I can't remember what cleanser, hyaluronic acid cleanser, I think that's it. It's just a sort of cheap and cheerful, and the Inky List do like an oat cleansing balm, which is lovely, but this is in a different league. I've tried others, but actually when I travel, I pick it up at the airport, and I actually bought 2 on the way to Turkey. I think I bought them on the way to Turkey because they're so yummy. I was like, I'm actually just going to stock up, and I bought 2 of the smaller size, but this has just come from QVC, so I thought I'd just quickly share that with you as it had arrived, and it's fresh in my mind, and this is going to keep me going for a long time. So thank you for sharing that with me. Good morning, and forgive the sight of me. I know I look ridiculous, and I don't know why I've got rollers in my hair because it's currently peeing with rain, but I'm going to London. I've got my appointment, and then I'm going to 5 Hertford Street, so I wanted to try and look a little bit, but I've also got to wear something that I can fly to Scotland in, so it's a little bit of a tricky one. I haven't completely decided, but while I was sitting here, I'm also in the process of packing. I thought I would just share with you a couple of goodies that have arrived. So this is from Grove, England, which is a new brand, and it's translating the beauty of nature. And Laura, who is the brains behind this, got in touch and said, Charlie, can I send you some bits? The packaging, the branding is absolutely spot on. And I'm sharing these because it's that time of year when we're thinking of Christmas presents for our loved ones, and these might give you some ideas. So Laura has sent me the Anemone hand cream and Anemone bath oil. I am a big bath oil fan, but it's so beautifully done. I mean, this is all about Anemone, but it's also then a notebook, which is just really, really thoughtful and actually a really useful thing. I might, in fact, take it with me, and it's describes about the bath oil, the body wash, hand wash, body lotion, candles, hand cream, eau de perfume, all sorts, you know, the whole collection is described in here, and it's just really, really beautifully curated. Let's actually just try the hand cream. The packaging, I know I've said it, but it's just gorgeous, really gorgeous. The thought and the attention to detail that has gone into this. Laura is an interior designer, so she has beautiful taste. Let's try. Oh, hang on, I'll put that back on in a minute. Oh my goodness, it is such a wonderful smell. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. So I can highly recommend Grove. I'm going to leave them linked down below. A really beautiful present for a loved one, you know, mother-in-law, wife, I don't know who, but just somebody special in your life that you want something beautiful and slightly different. Cannot wait to try the bath oil. So I've got that to share with you. Back with you with a mega box of goodies. So these are just really great if you are going away, or stocking fillers for, I don't know, you might have teenagers, early 20s, even early 30s, that you might want to pop one of these in their stockings. I love their packaging. It's so fun and vibrant. So this is this lip, and it's gorgeous. In fact, let's just pop some on now. It's got a slight shimmer. It has such a beautiful consistency, and it's just lovely, really lovely. And then this is the face and lip duo. I wear SPF 50 every single day. I wish I had worn it when I was younger, and then maybe I wouldn't have these patches that I've got now. And this is why I love what I do, is I get to discover brands, share them with you, but then I love them and completely convert over to using them. I have used Mecca ever since they first sent it to me, which must be about 8 or 9 months ago, and I buy it. I love it. It is genuinely a really, really great SPF brand, and I've had a few people that have got in touch and said, Charlie, thank you for introducing us. So I am going to get dressed, pack, get organised, and head up to London. So I'm at the train station in the waiting room by myself. Hopefully no one comes in, but I thought I would share with you my outfit. So I'm just wearing these little ankle boots, my jeans, this gorgeous, gorgeous cape, and then a roll neck. So this is my look for London. I'm going to pick you up because I've had to put you on a windowsill down quite low. Hair is doing crazy things. The weather is absolutely atrocious. So I've gone kind of sensible. It's quite difficult because I've got to meet Si at the airport. I think I've told you that numerous times, but this is my look. I'm really pleased I've got my appointment because actually it's feeling really uncomfortable, and I'm feeling irritable, grumpy, and quite sort of indigestion-y. And it will be really good to get some answers today on what is going on. So I'm quite pleased about that. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, getting the train up to London, and then I'll get the underground across. I have brought with me. So There's my handbag. Simon and I are sharing a suitcase and I've tried to pack as light as I possibly can. I've got my makeup bag in here so I can touch up my makeup for the event, and then I'm going to meet Simon in the car park at Gatwick. I'm going to leave my ankle boots, I'm going to leave my cape, put my makeup bag in my suitcase. I'm taking my chestnut collection long coat. Someone's coming in. I'll chat to you in a minute. So I'm now skulking around the back of the waiting room to talk to you because a man came in and I think he would have thought I was a complete fruitcake if I carried on prattling on to you. But I have got my long Kensington coat with my fleece, and they kind of double up as one, in the car, and I'm going to travel with that because it's quite big to have in the suitcase. But I think it's going to be really useful when I'm up there. The weather forecast is pretty awful, and we're watching a rugby match tomorrow, one of the main reasons for going up. So I've also got my little short mini Barber wellies. I've packed those, so I'm going to wear those with my long coat on the sideline to watch rugby. But I want to be practical, and I also want to have some walks along the beach. And it's really silly to pack full-on welly boots to head up just for a few days. So that is what I'm doing. But hopefully this train comes soon. It's suddenly got really quite wintry. There's lots of places in the country that have got snow, but I don't think anywhere where we're going. I haven't brushed my hair out since I put the rollers in and the hairspray, which is why it's doing really dodgy things. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any snow in Scotland where we are, and there's none down here, but there is in like Northamptonshire and Oxfordshire. Lots of people have got snow, but sadly we don't. But it is definitely quite wintry, and this cape is gorgeous and cosy, and I think quite elegant as well. Oh my goodness. I'm now at Three Bridges because the train I was supposed to get got stuck. There was a fault with it, so the train behind that one couldn't get through either. So I got a taxi to Three Bridges. The taxi driver was the loveliest girl. We've been chatting non-stop. And I was going to go to another station. That was my plan. That was nearer to home. But the trains were all cancelled. So she was like, we can check the trains from Three Bridges. I can get you there as swiftly as possible. In theory, I should just about make my appointment. It's quite stressful. I've got 3 minutes to get this train, and then I've only got about 15 minutes to get from London Bridge to the hospital. But I've called the hospital to say I might be running a little bit late. Is that all right? And she was like, yeah, you've got like a 15-minute window. So technically I've got half an hour to get from London Bridge to the hospital, which should be absolutely fine. But wow, this is turning out to be a slightly stressful day. So I made it to my appointment. That was unbelievably stressful. I got to London Bridge, then got the underground. I was 15 minutes, well actually 17 minutes late for the appointment, but actually the doctor took the patient after me in before me. Luckily they were early, and she saw me and she was really kind. She couldn't have been more lovely. And yes, I've been preferred to go and have a barium meal, barium swallow, I think is what it's called, where you swallow some whatever and then they x-ray to see where it's going. Could be reflux, it could be a hiatus hernia. There's nothing sinister going on with the back of my throat. So she put a camera up my nose and down the back of my throat. That wasn't very pleasant at all. And my left nostril is completely and utterly blocked from when I've broken it. I've broken it twice. And so I said to her, I think a nostril's blocked, and she was like, we'll have a look before I try to shove a camera up there. So she was very, very kind. I remember I had my tonsils removed when I was 20, and the consultant was shoving this thing up my nose and it wasn't going. That's when I knew that there was a nostril that was blocked. So I do snore really badly, but I'm now in a taxi on my way to 5 Hertford Street because it's peeing with rain. And actually it was a 30-minute walk and I'm already running late, and I was like, do you know what? I'm getting a taxi. So we are whizzing over there, but she was so lovely and she was so kind. She thinks it probably is globus. And she said it's not just a sensation, it's real. You feel like your throat is closing up, you feel like there is something stuck. It's getting worse rather than getting better, which is why I'm so pleased I got to see her today. I've got some over-the-counter like Gaviscon and something else, I can't remember what that is, that I need to pick up on my way to the airport, at the airport. But she said, you know, if you're stressed, like your shoulders and everything tense, or your back, or whatever it might be, and she was like, the same thing is happening in your throat, and it is tightening, and that feels really horrid. It feels like sometimes, I don't want to be dramatic, but a little bit like you're suffocating. It's not a good feeling. It's very uncomfortable, and I maybe you've noticed in a few videos I've just been like, ooh, a little bit of indigestion, I've been talking too quickly. It's weird, it's very weird, and unless you've felt like, it is like you're on the verge of tears the whole time, fighting back tears, but it's also like you've got like a massive vitamin stuck in the back of the throat, and it makes you feel icky, like queasy, like sick. And actually the only thing that eases that is by eating. So I have been eating quite a lot more over the last, and I have put on weight, and I said to her, you know, I feel like I'm going mad, because I did eat quite a few biscuits on the weekend, because that's the only thing that kind of soothes it at the moment. And she said, no, you're not mad at all, that is completely normal, because that is what just releases that feeling for a moment, so you crave that even more, so you have another one and then another one. I was like, yes, I know, it's not good for the waistline. Anyhow, so that's a little bit of an update, but we made it, thank goodness. We got there, we're done. So literally, just the most awful stressful journey. The taxi driver, she's called Chelsea, we got to know each other quite well on the drive from where we live over to Three Bridges. She was amazing. She was like, don't worry, I'm gonna get you there on time. She was brilliant. Anyway, I will chat to you later on. So I'm now at Gatwick, waiting for Si to arrive, and I shall run out to the car park, do a quick change, take my cape off, take my suede boots off because there's no need for these up in Scotland, and pop comfy footwear on, warm coat, and then get our flight up to Scotland and see the boys tomorrow. I've done a lot of trains, a lot of undergrounds, a couple of taxis. It's been quite a day. But the event at 5 Hertford Street was so lovely. It was like a little cavernous setup down there. Really, really beautifully done, and some lovely, lovely little brands. So that was really lovely to go and see the team at Augustine. And then I've just had a very late lunch on the train on the way down to Gatwick. But so far, it's been a much smoother public transport than this morning's stress. But I can't believe I got there. It literally was like one of those moments. I was standing on the platform at Pulborough, having just spoken to you, and I was like, this isn't going to happen, and I'm not going to get there, and I really want to get there, so we've got to think of plan B. That taxi driver was the loveliest lady. She started following me on Instagram. I sent her a message to say thank you, I made it. She was really, really superb. Anyway, I'm going to go and try and find Si in a multi-storey car park at Gatwick Airport. Wish me luck. We made it. We are in Scotland. I have just pulled up for Si to go and get some essentials, milk, and I don't know, a few bits and pieces for breakfast, although I did pack some granola. I made 2 batches of granola last night. I was only going to make one, and I was like, well, I'm making one, I may as well make 2. I literally can't help myself. So I made 2 batches of granola, and I've put some in a container and brought it up with us. So we've got that for breakfast, but we need some yogurt or something to have with it. I'm really, really indigestion-y. I'm sorry. Now you guys know about it, I can, well, try not to burp on camera, but yeah, it's a bit bad tonight. But anyway, I'm driving and it is blooming cold. It's blooming cold. It's like 1 degree. It's not snowing currently, but it has been snowing, but it hasn't settled where we are. But I know the journey, and I don't think there's a nav system in this car. But we've been coming up so often, I know where I'm going. And I was like, darling, I'll drive. So that's what I'm doing. And actually I let Si go, and he's really good at shopping. He's really good at shopping. And I thought that I would just quickly speak to the children, reply to a few emails, chat to you guys, give you a bit of an update. I'm just going to put this on my lips. I've still got this crack in the corner of my mouth, and I can't get rid of it. It's just not healing, and I still don't have my blood test results back, but I did try to call the practice, but I think that's because there's nothing that's shown up. And somebody said it's because your vitamin B's low, and I'm taking vitamin B. I'm taking the menopause supplements that have got all the vitamin B's in that I need, and I think once it's cracked, it's just hard to heal, because when you open your mouth wide, it keeps cracking. So it's one of those places that's just really difficult to heal, and it's sore and annoying. So just keeping it moisturised. So there we are. I've got my gloves. That's how cold it is. But anyway, hopefully the weather, like there. Hopefully the weather isn't too wet. That's what I don't really want. I don't want wet, but I don't mind cold. We're staying in a little tiny cabin, which I'm hoping is nice and cosy. And I've got my cross stitch in my suitcase. I had to put it in my suitcase because it's got a needle, and I didn't know if that was going to get confiscated. And there's nothing worse than that being confiscated. And actually there wasn't really time to do it on the plane, but I'm hoping to do quite a lot of stitching over the coming days, which will be really nice to get a bit more of that done, and actually just have a little bit of time to rest and recharge. I have got some editing and a bit of work to do, but actually Tish, who works for me, she's away this week, and so I'll get my editing done and then have a little bit of time to rest and recharge. I've got this catering job on Saturday, but actually it's all done, which is such a good feeling. I just need to cook it, reheat it. It's currently in the freezers at home, so yeah, defrost and cook and serve. Perfect. So that's quite nice. It's quite nice actually feeling like I've got a little bit ahead to come away, and now I can just relax for a bit. But anyway, I'm completely prattling, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I've got my gloves on now. Si and I arrived at our gorgeous little cabin last night. It's there he is. It's really cosy. It's absolutely perfect for two. We had a good night's sleep. Quite a lazy start to the day, didn't we? I was kind of working from bed at 7, but didn't get up till about 9. I actually kind of thought we needed just a little bit of a rest and recharge. It is absolutely freezing, but I don't think you can see. We've got blue sky. We've got beautiful blue sky. And Si was like, come on darling, let's go for a walk. So we're going for an adventure. Si's navigating, which isn't his strong point, is it, darling? No.
Back before dark.
Back before dark. Gus has got a rugby match this afternoon, so I said, poor little boy. I mean, he's a scrawny little thing, and he's going to feel it today. But it would be so lovely to be there to watch, and actually it might warm up slightly this afternoon. But it's jolly cold. I'm regretting leaving my hat in the B&B, but I've got my gloves, I've got my fleece, I've got my long coat, I've got my little half boots and woolly socks on, keeping me warm, and I've actually gone for double polo neck to keep me cosy. But it is gorgeous to be up here. It's a bit of an effort to get here. I had to catch up on quite a lot of work before being up here, but that's the beauty of working for yourself. Right, so I've been working this morning. He can kind of work from anywhere and be in touch with the office. And I can get ahead with stuff and then do some editing. I'll probably do some editing this evening. We're taking the boys out for dinner, which will be really lovely, but it is nice to have some blue sky, because I thought it was going to be lashing with rain. So, fingers crossed, we we keep having this nice weather for the next couple of days. Anyway, I'm going to concentrate on our walk and chat to you soon. I don't know if you heard that, but Simon just came out and said, you look a bit funny. I'm wearing my nightie with my woolly socks and my funny little shoes, but we had snow. And what a view to wake up to. It's just amazing, but it's blooming cold, so I'm going back inside. Good morning from our little cabin. I have spent the morning working here on the sofa, which has been great. I've had 5 videos that I needed to edit. I'm just going to spin you around and show you the view. Look at that. Little sprinkling of snow and some castle ruins behind me. Just so picturesque and perfect to sit here. Now, I'm quite pleased that we were here for the rugby yesterday. So it was half time, it was all going well, bitterly cold. Simon and I went to see Archie during half time. He was just nearby, like really nearby. And we were chatting to one of his teachers and, chatting away. And then we went back out to watch the rest of the match and they weren't playing. And Simon's like, it can't still be half time. And I was like, no, somebody is injured. It's ours, darling, that's injured. There's a man down on the pitch. And I'm really pleased. It's so funny how things work out. I'm really pleased I didn't see it and I was diverted, but I'm really pleased I was there. And I'm really pleased I didn't do that embarrassing mother thing of running on the pitch, alarmed, like, oh my God, are you all right? He's absolutely fine. He had, I think it's called a handoff, quite high up, sort of here, and sort of slightly whiplashed, and I think because it was so bitterly cold, it probably hurt more than it would have done otherwise. If you're like really warm and moving. I mean, he was moving, but it was windy. The wind chill yesterday was pretty high. So I'm pleased we were there. He came off the pitch. He wasn't allowed to play the rest of the match, which he was really rather irritated about. So he went and had a hot shower, and then I'm going to insert a picture of it here. I rubbed some arnica balm into him. We took him out for supper and he was absolutely fine. But I'm so pleased that I went to see Archie, didn't witness it, that he's all right, but that we were up here and, rugby's a dangerous game. Anyhow, Si and I are about to go meet some friends for lunch. And I am going to wear this. I brought it with me. Kate and I have announced the winner of the competition. It was so generous of Kate to do a giveaway for one of these. So lovely Ella won one of these, and so I've emailed her and let her know. And it's very, very exciting. But it's so nice to be up here. Resting, recharging. Yeah, I've had a little bit of work to do, but it's quite nice just to not be rushing around like a maniac. Recharge a little bit, have a lot of sleep, which is much, much needed. I bought with me, these are my tote bags. I bought with me my embroidery, and I haven't even done any of it. Hopefully, I have got another video to edit tonight. In fact, this video I'm editing tonight. But hopefully I do get to do some of this while we're up here. I might even this afternoon, we will see. I might even take it with me in the car now. So we've got another match to watch later on. This is squash, so hopefully there's not going to be any instances and we're not going to be standing outside in the blooming cold. We're going to be inside, so that is rather luxurious, but this is my look. I've actually still got my woolly socks on from Pear Socks. I bought these as like sort of bed socks and slipper socks, and they are so cozy. That is my laptop case. My laptop is on charge, and I'll talk to you. We are back at the cabin having had a really lovely lunch with our friends. It was gorgeous, really gorgeous. So I wanted to go for a walk and I said absolutely no way. It was blowing a hoolie and beginning to be like sleety rain. I was like, I'm not going for a walk. I want to go back to that cosy little cabin. And actually I've been sat working for the last, how long have we been back, darling? Hour and a half, I think I've done. I've just spoken to Coco. She's happy. I think there's more snow in Sussex than there is up here. We had a sprinkling, but it's pretty much all gone now. We're heading over to school soon to watch a squash match. But I've been meaning to tell you something for the last couple of days. Darling, what was the programme called that we watched on Netflix?
Nobody Wants This.
Nobody Wants This. Excellent. It's a series. How many episodes? 8? Something? 10. Really good. We actually kind of binged it, didn't we, darling?
20 minutes each.
20 minutes each episode. Fab. Really fab. You really enjoyed it, didn't you? That's a thumbs up from Si. He's working on the sofa over there. So it was really good. And then we are heading back down south tomorrow with the boys for the weekend, which will be really, really lovely. I hope that you have enjoyed this week's vlog. We've done a bit of, well, lots of riding, been up to London and now up in Scotland. But I really do feel like I've had a bit of a chance to rest and relax, which is lovely, much needed. I would just love to take this moment just to say, if you wouldn't say a comment to and this isn't me personally, this is all creators online. If you wouldn't say a comment to somebody's face, then maybe don't write it. Maybe just think before you write, like, is this constructive? Is this helpful? Am I being kind? And, you know, maybe just check that before you leave a comment, because this I want to have a really kind of lovely, supportive community where, you know, we support one another and we encourage one another in a really nice, positive way. And of course, sometimes there can be constructive criticism, open to all of that. But if you wouldn't say it to a person directly, then maybe don't write it online. So I just wanted to say that. But anyway, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I hope that you have enjoyed what I shared with you this week. And I will see you next week when we're back down in Sussex. And in the meantime, have a super weekend and lots of love.